Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. This book is, well, it's not great. Or is it bad? It's just mediocre, I'd say. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's basically another Night of the Living Dummy book, this book. Yeah, so what's the plot? So basically, you have this boy named Joe and his older sister Mindy, and their dad has a rivalry like with the local, and with his like the as a garden rivalry with his neighbor Mr. McCall, who happens to be the father of Joe's best friend Moose. Yeah, and Joe is, well, he's kind of a brat. Yeah, one day their dad comes home with two lawn ornaments, like two lawn gnomes. He names Hap and Chip from a store called Lawn Lovely. Yeah, and there's something odd about Hap and Chip. Like, and bad things begin to happen as soon as the lawn gnomes show up. Like, melons get smashed, tomatoes squashed, Mr. McCall's Jeep gets ruined. Yeah. And first, everyone blames Joe's dog Buster, but Joe knows Buster isn't the culprit. So, yeah. And then Joe finds out that the lawn gnomes are responsible. And yeah, just like a Slappy book or any Night of the Living Dummy book, Joe tries to convince everyone the lawn gnomes are alive, but of course nobody believes him. It's basically a boy who cried wolf, basically the boy who cried wolf kind of tale. And Joe eventually, like one night, the lawn gnomes eventually find them and take them back. Like they take Joe and his sister Mindy along with Moose back to Lawn Lovely to find an army of gnomes in the store basement, and a bunch of and then wacky shenanigans happen. Let's just say, yeah, and then Joe's father is upset that the lawn gnomes he had got have been stolen, so he decides to give, well, spoilers, sorry, a giant 8-foot tall gorilla lawn ornament. Takes it home, and Joe says, "Now don't you cause any trouble, gorilla." And the gorilla winks, like, yeah, it's a really stupid ending, I'd say. So that's essentially Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. So let's start with the positives. Well, I do like Tim Jacobus's cover with the lawn gnomes, like surrounded by the lawn ornaments, like, and one's going like this and others like this. It shows that these things mean business. Yeah. And I do like how there's a baseball and down by the lawn gnomes. Yeah, like the gnomes are here, and this is the baseball there. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting cover. Yeah, and I do like some of the wacky, like the hijinks, the gnomes, the mischief they cause the gnomes. Well, they're mischief gnomes, the elves. Yeah, yeah, they cause trouble. Yeah, yeah. So the negatives, and there's more negatives than positives. As I said, this book's basically just another Night of the Living Dummy book. Where it's not as fun. I mean, it's, of course, instead of a dummy, it's lawn gnomes. But still, yeah. And there's a lot of cringeworthy stuff in this book. Like, Joe he's a brat. Joe, he's whiny, and as I said, bratty. Yeah, he's pretty much a a little weasel Joe. Yeah. And, like, yeah, and the way the lawn gnomes are, like, turns out their weakness is so stupid. Like the episode actually improves on the book a lot. Yeah. The way the weakness makes much more sense, I'd say. Yeah. And yeah, another negative, like Mindy, like Joe's sister, she's so gullible. Like she falls for Joe's pranks constantly in this book. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. It's just mediocre. Sorry, I have to say. That's all I have to say about it. Eh, it's really an amp book. Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for watching and subscribe.